We had a situation that arose this week because Brandon, who, if you're not fully tapped into the No Jumper universe, he's the dude, the heavyset guy from Long Beach.
Yeah, I didn't know he was.
Got into a huge argument with Suspect on the news, and that was very notable.
Hard yard.
Came with the hard
You came with the hard yard. You came with the hard yard. You came with the hard yard.
Welcome to No Jumper, man. It's another day here. We got some random facts.
We already arguing. Hey,
it's your boy.
We got a light-skinned nigga.
You know what we do here. Supposedly, I call niggas with the hard
nigga, you said a hard yard. You said a hard yard.
Totally offended with some shit.
I ain't offended. I'm just
It's
asking.
imaginary.
Hey.
Why would I ever call another black man the hard R?
I'm
What
not
are you even
offended,
talking about?
I'm just asking.
Weird
You said
ass
a hard
nigga.
yard.
He, on the No Jumper show on Tuesday, we can actually slip the clip in here. He had a few choice words for you.
No, listen.
You reached out to me, very much not happy about it. I said we should get a podcast going with you guys.
Well, no,
and then you guys ended up getting on the phone and talking it out.
So when Wack, with his lying ass, he was like, oh, man, you know, Wack, that's a problem with older black dudes. Bro, know his ass is wrong, but he tried to overtalk you, and he's wrong. Bro, remind me of my mom or my grandma. You're wrong, bro.
Just call him
He's
a
sassy as no, bro.
He reminds you of his
Listen, he's
mama.
being
Wack
sassy.
is sassy?
Listen, man, he's being
Right,
sassy.
you just
Listen,
said
he
he
was
was-
We got
being
the content.
Listen,
We
he was
got
being
the
sassy.
content.
He was being no. I mean, even if man, he know he was being sassy as because you were trying to explain to him the context that he was missing, and he's like, no, this and that, and I'm like, come on, man, represent us a little better. You wrong. You're at a different point in the timeline, and you think you understand everything. Can I just address like the Wack thing real quick?
Okay, so on this podcast, you said that Wack was a bitch and that you would kill him with one hand.
That's not what I said.
Okay, but you said
You said Mark
you
him
said
out.
he's sassy.
Yeah.
And Wack starts hitting me the next day, mad as that I would platform someone saying something like that about him. I told him, y'all should get on a podcast together. Let's make some good content. That's my honest response to everybody who starts complaining about somebody saying something about them on a podcast. Baby, this is the WWE. Let's make some content. Wack was like, nah, nephew, it's too serious. Rah, rah, rah. I'm like, no, whatever, bro. I don't fucking care. Then all of a sudden he hits me back. All right, I talked to Brandon. Apparently you guys got a cool resolution. How did that conversation go?
He hit me up. I was sitting out having coffee with my wife, like I usually do. And he was just like, yeah, he was calling me sassy. You know, I take that like some feminist stuff. And I honestly was like, bro, you said I got marked out. That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't get marked out. But anyway,
Got marked out, nephew.
But like, I take that as disrespect. So I was like, here's the thing. Like, I match energy. You say something about me, either we're both able to say things about each other in the name of like content or in the name of just being honest and transparent, or you don't say anything about me and I don't say anything about you. But it wasn't an adversarial conversation. It was more like he could have took it there, but he was like, you mess with the viral way. I put them dudes down in Long Beach, and I was like, yeah, I meant no disrespect by it. I didn't imply like that. And I was like, honestly, you know what? I could have said that in a better way. I could use a better word. And I think he respected me for that. And then
You said he remind you of your mother and your auntie.
well, that's what I said. But me, I feel like, Brandon, you could have said that in a more eloquent way.
No, you called him sassy because you wanted to get a response. Nobody calls a grown-ass gang member anything like sassy without knowing exactly what they're trying to do.
That's not why. That's because that's what it reminded me of. I even gave the context in which I called him sassy and where my life experience drew that from.
A reference to
right?
your
Where
life.
I referenced my life. I didn't say it to offend him. I didn't even think he would react because I wouldn't react to that. I mean, I go by what I would react to. But long story short, Wack was cool. He was respectful. I was cool. I was respectful. I'm always gonna be respectful, and I look forward to being able to maybe work with the dude on something. But yeah, as long as the respect amongst men is always kept intact and always remains at the center of every engagement, I'm okay with that. And as far as Wack, I'm still gonna call him out for some stuff he does that I think is whack, no pun intended. But as far as like him being sassy and stuff, like I told him, you know what? I could have used a better word for that. And he was just like, yeah, he didn't mean. And he also cleared up the thing about him, said I got marked out. He was just like, yeah, he basically admitted that he was late in the timeline when he was looking at the situation. And he said, and based on what happened after we left his room, He was like, yeah, you didn't get marked out because the bro had an issue with you. As soon as y'all walked out the door, he should have got at you, and he didn't. So the whole thing is like, I think we both handled this in a very diplomatic way, the way you should have handled that thing with Travis Ford. But hey, we all can't. We all, nobody's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Learn from me and Wack Adam.
This is the thing, right? I know me, right? And I'm not taking nothing from Brick Baby, but certain things are said, if it's not an understanding before we see each other, the understanding is gonna be sought out another way.
Hey, listen. Hold on. What's up? What's up?